Good morning, everyone. This is Melody Reels at the Iowa Quilt Museum here in Winterset, Iowa. Welcome. I am the director here. It is 9 a.m. on a Thursday morning, and we're going to learn about a new quilt this morning. So if you don't know, if you go to our social media page, starting on Monday of the week, Sylvia posts a picture of one of the quilt blocks here in the museum because we have so many fabulous vintage quilts with some great quilt blocks, and we'd like you to guess the quilt block. So, and then today, Thursday, I feature that quilt and I give you a little history about the quilt block. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining, Leslie. Real quick, before we get to the quilt of the week, just want to thank everybody that has mailed in or drove hours or even just local to bring us donations for our Share Your Stash sale. Our basement is getting full and we love it. Thank you so much. We've got books, patterns. We have irons. We have, I think, a serger. We have a lot. Fabric, thread. We have name brand fabrics. We have Cafe and Tula Pink that have come through. Stuff from Moda. Just some really great stuff, some really good stuff, and I'm just really thankful for all those donations. We will continue to take donations through October 10th, and then our sale, since you cleaned out your room, you got to fill it with new stuff. So come November 8th and look at some of the donations we got and see if there's something that you could grab and be inspired to make something different and new. So that's on November 8th here in Winterset, and I'll give you more details about that when we get closer. This weekend, we have a barn painting class going on Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 5. I have 7 openings for Saturday, and I have 9 openings still for Sunday. So this collection will be here. Julie Silber will be here Saturday and Sunday as well. We're excited to welcome her. She's passing through on her way to the East Coast. We're going to do a gallery reception starting at 5:30. Just everybody starts gathering at 5:30, and at 6 o'clock, she's going to talk about the quilts and that are here in the exhibit. It's open to the public. Please come. Give her some support. Learn something new. It's really fun and exciting. And we just ask for a suggested donation of $10. It's a fundraiser for the museum. It helps us keep going and have these wonderful quilts to display. And then also on Sunday, if you go to the quilt block class on Sunday that doesn't start till 1, you can come early and see Julie Silber talk at the Iowa Theater here in Winterset. And she's going to do a trunk show, and she's bringing quilts with her. And so you could see some other wonderful vintage quilts and learn some history on those as well. I think that's all my updates. Let's turn around and guess that block. Here we go. The quilt today is called Bow Ties. If you guessed bow ties, you are correct. I think I had a couple people guess Drunkard's Path, which, when it's close up, I could see where that might be a little confusing. But this is Bow Ties. I'm going to read what Julie has on this. And then I'm going to read you, maybe I'll do this first. The bow tie quilt block. The bow tie quilt block pattern originated in the 1880s, named for the popular men's accessory for the time, and was first published by the Ladies' Art Company in 1895 under the name necktie. It is known by other names including colonial bow tie and true lover's knot. While some folklore suggests bow tie quilts serve as a signal in the Underground Railroad, reputable historians find no evidence to that claim. I have to tell you, I did my little deep dive this morning, and a lot of people were talking about the reference to bow tie quilts and to the Underground Railroad, but there's no, it's conflicting because I hear it says there's no tie to the Underground Railroad. It says folkloric tales proposed that the bow tie was a coded message for escaping enslaved people on the Underground Railroad, signaling them to change into higher status clothing to avoid detection. However, historians and experts of the Underground Railroad find no supporting evidence for this quilt code theory, noting it is not documented in historical records. The theory is largely attributed to a single book, hidden in plain view by Jacqueline Tobin and Raymond Dobard, which is considered the sole basis of these stories. So interesting that a fictional book can create this narrative and people run with it. But also, if you didn't know, Winterset, here in Madison County, Iowa, was part of the Underground Railroad, and a lot of things were destroyed. Any documentation was destroyed because it was a criminal act. And so, you know, if it was possible, it is possible, and then all evidence was destroyed, but we don't know. So anyway, I found a couple of blogs online about the history of the bow tie and how to do it. So I might post those to this video as well. You might be asking, but Melody, how is that a bow tie? All I see is circles. So I'm going to take a closer look, but first let's read what Julie has to say. Bow ties, and then it says, she also calls it baseball. Dimensions 72 by 80 inches, circa 1880, found in Michigan, quilted by unknown maker. Sad story. Get your quilt stories on your quilts, people. Get your quilts documented so this doesn't happen. What a tragedy. Quilt story. What at first appears as a simple segmented circles, or baseballs, as my mom called this design, is upon closer examination actually a bow tie design. The quilt maker echoed the bow tie design in the quilting stitches. We can thank her for the subtle hint. The fabric, the print fabric, a deep indigo with abstract white figures, is only one of the tens of thousands of variations of blue and white prints available in the 19th century quilt makers. So I'm going to take you off the stand, and we're going to take a quick closer look, and you can actually see the bow ties. So as we come in, and oh, I'm going to turn off. Can I turn off my flash? Beep, bop, beep, boop. I had no idea it was going to be this bright. Well, I'll just get here. You could see the bow tie here. And actually, a lot of the bow ties were a little sharper, like this was boxier in here. She made this a little more curved to make that circular. Some of them come out more like a hexagon or an octagon when you have the sharper points. But this quilt maker really curved out her edges. And then you could see 1, 2, 3. She mimics the bow tie shape in her quilting inside the bow ties. And then she's got these little, well, you know, these are segmented pieces from when she put the pieces together, and then she just quilted a circle. Well, she actually did the whole, we'll call it a pie slice. She quilted that as well. And what a fun print for that indigo blue. And then, you know, and they have little petals, different variations. Well, so, okay, so let's take a look. Here's the same print here. Does it go all the way down? Yeah, it goes all the way down. Does it go all the way up? It does. So she's got a section here with this print, with the little petals. This print, we'll call it a volcano or a party hat. And she alternated. Here's petals, here's the volcano, here's the petals, volcano, petals, volcano. And then it looks like all of the border all the way around is, no, I take it back. This is the petals. Here's the volcano, petals, and let me look up top. And all the way up top, on that border up top, is the party hat or the volcano. I like that she half circles on the edges, another little pie piece here, and then you can see her quilting here along this border. How cute. She's got little rainbow arches here. You know, so she didn't do that in these, so she has them here. And actually she did it here too. Very sweet. I love the delicate little prints on all these quilts. Let's take a look at the back, because I like to do that. I don't know, can you see that okay with the flash on? How fun is that? Gives it a whole new design when you look on the back too. Without all the blue and the prints. Very pretty. All right, everybody. So if you guessed bow tie block, that's what this is. Look at all that stitching in there, that hand stitching. Or baseball, what her mom called it. But just her mom. There's no actual. Okay. So I do have to say, I love baseball. And the fact that I haven't gone to a game this year is just criminal. And I say that because this weekend I'm actually driving down to St. Louis to meet some of my high school friends, and we're actually going to go to a game down in St. Louis. And this quilt has my heart in the fact that it's a bow tie quilt, but I love that she also calls it baseball. So I'm going to turn you back around. All right. Well, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Beautiful quilt. I love these videos because I didn't realize that the patterns alternated. That was all super intentional, and that she took time to do that and be so creative. So I love doing these. I love doing the deep dives and kind of finding the history out of the blocks. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you come back. I hope you come to see these quilts in person. My videos and my lame explanations and my lame, quick little Google search is lame. You could come this Saturday, hear it from Julie Silber herself, and hear her story, and hear what she has to say. Hear her expertise instead of me. Anyway, I hope you have a good weekend. I hope you consider coming and joining us for a barn quilt class or to see Julie Silber's either gallery reception or trunk show. It's going to be a beautiful weekend here in Winterset if you're close by. If you want more information on those things, you can always check our social medias, Instagram, Facebook, obviously, YouTube, TikTok, or you can go to our website, and I have the barn quilting classes on there, and you can sign up there, and you can also see more information on Julie's visit while she's here. Okay. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Thursday. Thanks, everybody.